Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit different video. I have recently wanted to purchase another action camera, and for the last few years I've had a DJI Osmo action camera. I've absolutely loved that camera. It's been great. Actually, it's the one I'm filming on now. But I wanted to add another perspective on riding. I've been wanting to get a chin mount for my helmet, and so I wanted to get a camera that would be light. Honestly, the DJI that I have is kind of heavy. It's got an all-metal case. So I wanted something that would be light, but I also wanted something that would take good video, and something that, I didn't want to go spend $300 on an Osmo that I was going to then put on my helmet, because, you just never know what could happen. You kind of throw your helmet around sometimes, and if you come off the bike, you could hit your helmet and that mount. And so I really didn't want to spend $300 on a camera that could potentially get broken or could fall off kind of going down the highway. So I wanted something that if it got broken or stolen or something like that, I wasn't going to be upset about. So I started looking at really inexpensive cameras on Amazon. And I came across the camera that I'm going to show you today. It's an ICEFOX camera. It shoots in 4K. Maximum frame rate is 60 FPS. So it's nowhere near the quality of the DJI Osmo, which shoots in 4K. And I believe the one I have will shoot at a maximum frame rate of 240 FPS. And I'm sure that the image stabilization on this camera is not as good as the Rocksteady on the action camera that I have. But like I said, I didn't want to drop a whole lot of coin on something that I kind of viewed as a throwaway camera, if you will. I'm still going to still shoot with the DJI Osmo, but it's going to be more of a shot that's facing back on the rider. So you can kind of get a view of what I'm doing on the bike and what's going on behind me even. And also all of the audio in my videos is recorded on the DJI Osmo, and it has really, really, really good audio. And so there's I don't have a dead cat or anything like that on my Osmo. It's just right behind the windscreen on my bike, and I get almost zero wind noise. So I want to keep that where it is to continue to get my audio for my rides. I'm just going to turn it around facing me instead of facing the other way. And so anyway, let me open up. I'm gonna open the box, show you what's in the box with the ICEFOX. Okay, show you some features of the camera, and then I took a ride, and I'm going to do a side-by-side so that you can get an idea of the picture quality of the DJI action camera versus this ICEFOX. I think it's an ICEFOX i8 action camera. A side-by-side view so that we can compare the video, and then I'll say a few things at the end, and hopefully it'll be a good review for you. And let me tell you why I chose this camera. First of all, it had 4.8 stars review on Amazon, with over 1,000 reviews, so I felt pretty good about that. But the price is what sold me. At the time that I purchased it, it was $69.99, and there was a $10 coupon on it. So for $59.99, I got a highly rated action camera that shoots in 4K with image stabilization. So I've only used it a little bit so far, and so I'll be honest with you, this is not like the first unboxing, but I am going to unbox it and show you everything that's in here, and then we'll compare a little bit. All right, here we go. It's ICEFOX 4K. It's supposed to be waterproof to 30 meters. Now that's only if you use the waterproof case that is included. It is a dual screen, has a front screen and a back screen that you can swap between. It will connect to your phone via Wi-Fi so that you can, and there's an app that goes along with it so that you can pull videos from the camera onto your phone that way, and then you can edit them in the app on your phone. I haven't used the app. Oh, you can also control the camera from that app as well. That's what I've used the app for, is to control the camera a little bit. I've not done any editing in there because I use Final Cut Pro to do all of my editing. So 60 frames per second maximum frame rate. So here we go. All right, and you can see you're going to get a manual, and this is pretty good manual in here, although I found it doesn't address everything. Some things you just have to kind of figure out. All right, it comes with 2 batteries. One battery I've already put in the camera, and then this is your extra battery. This is the waterproof case, and the camera comes in this case. This case is supposed to be waterproof to 30 meters, so roughly around 90 feet, I guess. And you can see it's got really analog looking buttons here, that's way different than the DJI, because the DJI, the buttons are rubberized instead of this metal. You can actually see the springs down in there. Okay, so this case, I will say this case has a good seal on it. Earlier when I didn't have the camera in it and I had closed the case up, and when I went to open the case up to put the camera back in there, there was a satisfying pop when I pulled it open because of the vacuum that was created by this seal. So it is really airtight. So that's the case right there. And then this is the camera. It's actually very light. I was really surprised by that. Okay. Here, we'll cut it on. You just long press to turn it on. And so it's got buttons on the side that if you long press them, they do some things. If you short press them, they do the things. Basically, they'll switch between the different modes of the camera, and they'll open the settings menu on the camera. So you can use the buttons. That's if, in case that you have it in the case, you can still access all the menus through these buttons on the side. See how it goes to this menu, and then I can switch through all of these different things, and when I hit this button, it will select whatever it is that I had chosen. And now if I long press this bottom button, it opens up the Wi-Fi so that you can connect your phone to it. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool camera. I have to say that the first time I booted this camera up, I was very impressed, because I was expecting like some kind of chintzy, cheap looking junk. I mean, I fully expected to get this camera and then turn right around and send it back. So the fact that I opened it up, and I have kept it for about a week now and have been actually using it a little bit, trying to see, you know, what that means a lot, because I had kind of decided in my head that even before it got here, there's no way I'm going to like it. I'm going to box it right back up, send it back, and then I'm going to go buy me a DJI. And so the fact that I'm even sitting here holding it, doing this review, tells you a little bit about how good this camera is. All right, right here is the SD card slot. It holds a mini SD card, maximum 128 gigabytes. That's what I have in it now. And let me just tell you, By the way, if you short press that button, instead of opening up the Wi-Fi, it opens up the settings menu. You can also get to all of this from this touch screen or the touch screen on the front. You can see that with a 128 gigabyte card, I've probably got about 10 minutes of video, or maybe a little bit more than that I've recorded. And I think I recorded it maybe at 2K, and I've still got 116 gigabytes available on the card. So it's pretty economical on its memory usage. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, I'm actually impressed by it. Oh, well, here's what I was showing you. 128 gigabyte SD card. This USB-C port has multiple uses. You can use this to connect it to your computer to download your footage. And when you download it, or when you connect it to your computer, it actually has it pops up on the menu here and has 3 different options. One of them is just to charge the camera, but then one of them is to treat it almost like an external hard drive. And then the other one, I believe, allows it to still be used as a camera while it's connected to your computer. So yeah, and that's a USB-C. I know that it's possible to, here's where the microphone is on it. I know that it is possible to connect an external microphone to this, but there are no external microphone jacks on this. So I'm assuming there is a USB-C to, a microphone jack adapter that connects there. That's the way my DJI connects to an external mic. So I'm assuming it's the same on this. And let's see, here's where your battery goes. And so your battery just pops in and out there. And like I said, it comes with an extra one. And yeah, so like I said, I have been very impressed with the quality of this. Okay, now let me show you some of the things. Of course, I told you it comes with a second battery, and it comes with a battery charger. This, you can charge both batteries at the same time, and this also has a USB-C connector on it, so that's how you connect it to your charger. This is a non-waterproof case that it comes with. Look on this, actually has the camera mount, the threaded camera mount on the camera itself, but then this case that it goes in has one on the top and the bottom. So let's say you wanted to use this on a little tripod or something, you could actually put a mount on here for your microphone or a light or something like that, and then still be able to connect at the bottom as well. And so this just pops in just like that. Is very secure. This is the mount that I'm using on my helmet, and like once it's in there, this does not come out. You have to pull this back to pull the camera out. So it's very secure in there. Okay, so let me show you what else you get in the box here. This box contains all of the accessories that come with it. There is a remote, so you can wear this on your wrist. I've also considered mounting this to my handlebars on my bike, on my motorcycle, so that you just press the button to stop and start recording. I will say that's one of my only beefs with this little camera, is that when you're if you're wearing gloves while you're riding, sometimes this button is hard to manipulate on the top that starts it recording. And if you're not careful, you'll actually cut the camera off, or you'll turn instead of starting to record. And then also, when you are recording, I'll show you this. So when you're recording, you get the little light here saying you're recording that's blinking on the back. And there's a blue LED right here that blinks while you're recording. And what gets me is there's a light on the top that you would think would blink red while you're recording. That's exactly what the case is with my DJI. But this light on the top does nothing. If this light on the top were to blink, I would be able to see it through my helmet and know that I was recording. As it is right now, I've hit record on it a couple of times and it didn't actually start recording. And so now I'm like taking it out of the case, starting it, and then popping it back into the case. That way I know it's recording. So I don't know if there's a setting that will make this light flash when it's recording. If there is, I haven't been able to find it yet. But that's one of my cons. That's something I think they could have done a little bit better there. But anyway, I'm hoping that this will actually make it better. And you see, I pressed that record button, and it took a photo. It didn't. Oh, because that's the photo button. The gray one is the video button. So let's see what that does. It actually started recording. So, and if you press it again, it stops recording. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I might actually have to find a way to, put that on my bike somewhere and use that instead of the way that I've been doing it. So that actually, it gets a point back for having that remote. Okay. So let me see what else we got in here. This is your USB cable for recording purposes. These are some various straps. One of these is a strap to go through this in case you wanted to wear it as like a wrist strap or something. There are some zip ties, some adhesive strips, a lens cleaner, and a cable in here, which I'm assuming this cable is to connect it if you have it, like, let's say that you've got it on a mount, like on your car or on your bike or something like that, and you want to make sure that it's not going to fall off, it's not going to come out and come loose going down the road. I think that's probably what this cable is for. But here's the deal. I have not found anywhere on the camera or on either one of the cases where this cable would attach. So it's there, but I really don't know how you would use it. So anyway, here's the other cool thing about this is you get a lot of accessories. This is actually, I've slid that one in. So you get that, and there's, like I said, there's an adhesive strip that goes on the back of this, in case you wanted, and actually there's one already on there, in case you wanted to stick that to your helmet. I ended up getting one of those chin mount strips on mine because I don't want to take a chance of it coming off, and I use a LS2 assault helmet, and so the space at the bottom was very narrow where I could put a chin mount, so I got a Motorad chin mount. So far, it's been really good. So you've got that. You've got all of these different ways to kind of connect and change the angle of the camera. This is like a handlebar mount for like a bike or a motorcycle or something like that. This is a clip. And then look at this. This actually goes into the back of this case. So if you wanted to clip this on something, a backpack strap or something like that, you could. And then this just makes it really, really versatile, to be able to clip that on something, and then you've got that. So this is actually probably one that I will use at some point. Here is another one of these. The difference is this has the threaded camera insert, and then you get an extra back for the waterproof case. So that's what's in the box. And like I said, I was really impressed with the amount of stuff you got. I was impressed with the quality of the camera. Not so sure about the video footage yet. I've done a little bit with it, and to be honest with you, I think I was shooting at 2K and 30 frames per second, and I wasn't really that excited about the footage that I got on that day. But I did it. I think I did this that I'm showing you now in 4K, and so let's just compare them and see what we get. Okay, so in a side-by-side comparison, the ICEFOX, in my opinion, doesn't even come close to the DJI Osmo Action. Now, my Osmo Action is about 5 years old, and to me, the quality of that camera is so much better than this. The view has a wider angle of view on it. The colors are deeper and richer. It's a sharper image, and both of them were set to shoot in 4K and the same frame rate, and both of them were set to auto ISO, auto spot metering, all of that kind of stuff. So all in all, it should have been apples and apples. But to me, the DJI was so much better. The other thing that I noticed is for the ICEFOX, when a car was coming at me and the headlights were on, both of these were filmed within 10 minutes of one another on the same stretch of road. And the ICEFOX, I actually did that video first, and so there was actually more ambient light available for this camera than when I filmed with the DJI. But yet, this camera did not handle those oncoming headlights very well at all. If you go back and you look, you can see that with the DJI, there are points of light on the fronts of those vehicles, but there's not a big blur, and it's not like it's confusing the light sensor in the camera. But with the ICEFOX, instead of there just being like a point of light for the headlight, it's like a big, almost like a halo around those lights. And so that just completely changes the quality of the video. So here's my hot take. For $60, if you're on a budget, you cannot go wrong with this camera. For 60 bucks, I'm like really impressed with the quality of the camera, the features that are on the camera, the ease of use, all of it. And I even discovered, you know, I had said to you that I think there was a setting where you could plug in the USB port to your computer, and one of the settings allows you to use this as a camera. It actually allows you to use it like a webcam. So, like say you're using QuickTime to record and you want to record from this camera, you can actually record straight from this camera when you plug into the USB. That's a pretty cool feature that my DJI doesn't have. So there are some really nice things about this camera, but I want quality. And what I don't want is for me to be using interchanging perspectives with a different quality on my chin mount camera than the quality of the other camera. I just believe that in a video where you're having multiple camera angles, the difference in quality is going to be striking, and going back and forth between those different views. So for my use, I'm probably going to send it back and go ahead and spend the money for a DJI. But if this is the only camera that you plan to use, or if you're on a budget and you're looking for a great camera at a great price, I highly recommend this ICEFOX i8. Yeah, so that's my take on it. If you have a different take, you can leave your thoughts in the comments. This one probably going to go back to Amazon, and I think I'm probably going to get a DJI Osmo Action 3. So that's about 2 models newer than the original DJI Osmo Action that I'm using. I think right now the latest model out is the Action 5. So, but I'm perfectly happy. But the Action 5 runs like $500-600. I'm perfectly happy with the Osmo Action that I have and the quality that it does. So I can only imagine that the Osmo Action 3 is actually going to be better. So once I get that one, I may do another video comparing my old Osmo Action and the new Osmo Action. But unfortunately for me, this is a no-go, even though I think it's a really great deal. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope that this helped you out a little bit. And if you're looking for a budget camera, you can't go wrong with this ICEFOX camera. If you're looking for quality, like really good quality, might want to go with like a GoPro or a DJI or something like that. But yep, that's my take on it. And thank you for watching. And until I see you next time, keep it between the ditches. See you.